Hey, it's Spence from LaunchFlows.com. As a further follow-up to my earlier video, I had an additional question from a lot of people who said, look, Spence, I love the lifetime deal and I realize LaunchFlows is a great problem solver that can work across a variety of situations. Can I use it to solve a lot of my problems with CartFlows? And can I then use some of the CartFlows templates as the basis for my LaunchFlows checkouts or sales pages or thank you pages? Answer is absolutely yes, because with LaunchFlows, it doesn't matter what post type you put the actual solution on. You can use any page or a post or even a lesson in your LMS for a sales page, a thank you page, a checkout page. Whereas with CartFlows, of course, it's a full system. For better or worse, the way it works is you have to have a flow that has the steps, and each step has to have very specific things at specific places. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use a leverage of CartFlows, but solve some of the problems with LaunchFlows. Here I'm going to create a template on a LaunchFlows checkout page that comes from one of the CartFlows default templates. So in CartFlows, this is the free version. You go to templates. If you had Pro, you could choose more templates, but if you go in here, you can view the various steps. So let's say we look at the checkout page. All we need to do is import these into the Elementor library. And the way you would do that, I've already done it for expediency, would be to click Import Flow. Once you've done that, you now have a new flow that you can go to grab the templates that you want. So here, if we look at the flows, I have imported already, just to save time. Waiting. Okay, an example imported CartFlows flow. When I look at this, I can choose the checkout page because I want to grab that template. So I go to checkout page, click edit, and I simply use the existing capability of Elementor to save or share or export any of the particular designs. So you don't have to do it twice, just use what you got. So when I click here to edit this page with Elementor, I'm going to open an Elementor and then use the Save Template As option. And that's typically in the bottom left corner, once this loads, of any Elementor editor. So we've got the design here. Ignore this overlay because that disappears in real world. Go down to the settings icon. You'll see that we got the correct thing. So now we're going to click here. The up arrow, we're going to save this as template. And when we do, we can rename it whatever we want. And I would be literal, exported CartFlows template to use with LaunchFlows or something like that. Okay. Then click Save. Now, again, for expediency, I've already done that here. So I created a new page. And when I created the new page, I essentially edited it with Elementor, and I chose to import that template to this page layout. Then what I do is I just dragged in the LaunchFlows widgets in the place where normally the CartFlows checkout component would be. The difference and benefit of LaunchFlows is you have complete control, drag and drop over what goes where and whether to hide things versus having to sort of take it or leave it with the CartFlows checkout. Even though there's a lot of options with, what you can see and not see, you don't have as much flexibility, let's say, as far as dragging things around or hiding things, which is just, again, a nice way that LaunchFlows can complement an existing CartFlows setup. I'm not on my server, so what I'm going to do here is refresh this page. This is on a client server. Maybe they've got a little bit of doing something else. Let's see while we're doing the video if we load it. Hold on. And if not, I'll just show you the template in safe mode. So here is what I had previously set up. And all I did, as I explained, was I had gone to the bottom and I essentially said import. Let me move myself out of the way. I said import from my templates the imported CartFlows templates to use with LaunchFlows. When I clicked insert, this is the result that I got. I got everything that looks exactly like it did on the CartFlows checkout. Then in the middle section where normally there's just a short code for CartFlows, that's where I did a 2-column layout and I grabbed each of the LaunchFlows components that were relevant. The billing, the review, the shipping, the payment, the additional fields, the notices, the login, and the coupon. And I put them the places where I wanted. I can adjust which things show. I can do those cool things that LaunchFlows does, like save the credit card and so forth. And that's how I arrived essentially at a custom checkout page Looks exactly like all the other things I might have had from CartFlows, or if I had imported another element or template, but I just put the goodies into place with LaunchFlows. And finally, it is important, make sure that this page has one of the LaunchFlows page layouts. So I chose Canvas in this case because I wanted the design components from top to bottom, but I can also use full width if I instead wanted to use the site's header and footer. That's all there is to it. Save it. And when you're done with this, by the way, you can either save this whole LaunchFlows section, or you can save again this entire thing as a new template. I call this LaunchFlows Complete Checkout with CartFlows Layout. Whatever you want to call it. Now I can save this, share this, export this, and I won't have to go and set it up manually. I'll just change a couple things for the next layout. This is Spence. I'll see you in the next video.